Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, my name's Michael.
My name's Cleve.
My name's Stephanie.
And welcome back to another exciting episode of Friendship.
I thought it was an earthquake. That's why it took so long.
One of the podcasts that dares to ask, what happens if you get four of the most influential people in the 50s together in a room one night?
You get possibly what this movie might have been about. I don't know if you know that. So the movie One Night in Miami is based on a real night that happened but the conversation is basically imagined and written.
Fair.
Like nobody knows what they were talking about. It was created by the writer Kemp Powers, who co-wrote Soul,
Okay.
the Pixar movie.
Who was it directed by, Cleve?
It was directed by our topic of the day, Regina King. I found another topic, just like I did with Phil Lamar, where the amount of what you've done has just overpowered me. And the amount that I can get down for our 25 to 30 minute episodes. Did you realize she was 50?
Oh,
She
really?
looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that celebrities are a different breed of people, but
They have
great.
access.
So the only thing I know of her from is Watchmen, right? She was in HBO,
Yes.
on the show. What else? Tell us her.
Okay.
Give us a rundown.
I took down the highlights, right? So she started in a show called 227. It was a long time ago. I don't know what they called it back then. It was a sitcom about a black family. She would play the daughter. Then I'm just hitting the highlights. Boys in the Hood, Poetic Justice, Friday. She was Ice Cube's sister in that one.
Oh, okay.
A Thin Line Between Love and Hate with Martin Lawrence. Jerry Maguire.
Who was she? Jerry Maguire.
She was Cuba's wife. How Stella Got Her Groove Back.
So she was in a lot of things.
Enemy
I
of the
just didn't
State.
recognize her because I'm terrible.
Well, you know why? She's supporting actress a lot.
Yeah.
Even though we've seen that she can kind of carry her own, like in Watchmen. She plays a lot of people's wives or sisters or support characters. Enemy of the State, Mighty Joe Young. I put that one down for
Thank God.
that one and Daddy Daycare.
I own that VHS. Don't you worry.
I know you do. A Cinderella Story.
Movie.
I put in parentheses the white one in 2004 with Hillary Duff. I didn't want you to get confused with Brandy's.
Brandy's is just Cinderella, I think, isn't it?
I don't know.
I was watching it yesterday.
Ray, the movie about Ray Charles with Jamie Foxx. Miss Congeniality 2, another one I threw in there for you. Ant Bully, another one I threw in there for you.
That's supposed to mean.
Do
it in there for me. I've never seen Ant Bully, but we did play a game called Grounded when me and Cleve played it on Twitch.
Check it out, twitch.tv/Friendship Supreme. Plug. This Christmas, which I'm going to tell a story about this Christmas. I'm going to come back to it, but I'm going to finish. I got like 4 more. The Boondocks, which she is the voice of Riley and Huey.
That's impressive.
Right. If Beale Street Could Talk in 2018, 7 Seconds, which is a limited series on Netflix, and then Watchmen from the HBO series. So,
which, by the way, is fantastic. Cleve tried to get me to watch it a million times, and I just didn't get around to it. And then I watched it, 2 years later?
Watchmen?
Yeah. She really carries it.
I haven't seen Watchmen either. I want to watch it, but just recently got access to being able to watch it.
just make sure to put it on the list, because what I've found is that list is actually helpful when there's a lot of things you're supposed to be doing. It
I started watching 7 Seconds though today.
it's good, man.
I've not seen
Yeah.
that.
So
We're 4 episodes in and we're just like, wait a second. This is only 4 episodes?
7 Seconds is she plays the mother of a child who is hit by a car and left for dead. But do they know early on who it's by? They do, right?
Yeah. In
Been a while
the
since I
first
spoil it.
like
Okay.
literally 7 seconds of the show. I mean the first like minute.
It feels easy to just say 7 seconds, huh?
Yeah.
By a police officer, and they're trying to cover it up. In the Boondocks, she was cast for the voice of Riley, and then like they were trying to find a Huey, and she kept reading the lines for people, and eventually was like, "Just let me do it."
I'll just do both.
and not because I love the Boondocks,
Mhm.
and she's like, I enjoy playing Riley so much. She said that she'll call her kids friends and leave a voicemail.
That's amazing. Can you imagine being like this, the child of a voice actor? Because
Oh my God.
Tommy Pickles, I think, or whoever, I can't remember her name, but her daughter is on TikTok, and every once in a while, her mom will come on and say voices and stuff, and it's fantastic.
Who else did that? I'm losing it. It's gone.
Okay.
The
voice of Pathfinder plays Apex all the time.
That sounds fun too. Just to get on and hear him start talking.
Yeah, he does it. He does his little voice lines. I don't know. It's great.
So this Christmas is she has a strong hold in like very empowering Black movies, and in this Christmas she plays a wife who her husband's cheating on her, and she eventually gets to kicking him out. Spoiler alert for the movie that came out in 2007. There's a scene where she finally gets him to leave, and she puts a knife to his throat, and she's like, "Get out of my mother's house!" And Regina King was like, "I don't like this." She was like, "But let me tell you a story about what my friend did." So, and this is in the movie, and apparently it actually happened. The husband was showering. She came into the bathroom and took everything out, put baby oil all over the floor, called him out about cheating. When he tried to hurry up and get out, he fell, and then she got a belt and whipped the shit out of him as he frantically tried to get off the ground. It's a great scene. If you've never watched this movie, it's not the best movie in my opinion, but that scene's fantastic, and to find out it's a true story makes it all the better.
I'm terrified of falling like that. Like I'm gonna hit my head on something like a bathtub. Like
Right.
that's dangerous.
So she was like, "I know you cheated on me," whack, and just hit him with the belt. So he's butt naked, slipping and sliding all over the floor, trying to get his bearings while he gets beat. I was whipped one time on rollerblades, and I remember the fear that I had of trying to stay up and get my ass whipped. It's fun stuff. So one night in Miami, what we started out with the intro is her first movie directorial debut. She's done some directing for the shows Southlands, Scandal, Pitch, another one I threw in there for you. This Is Us, Shameless, The Good Doctor, and Insecure, which is another show on HBO that I also really enjoy.
Did she
HBO
direct
Max.
just a couple episodes of Pitch?
Yeah,
or
just
like
a
the
couple
whole thing?
episodes, like one, like each one or like one, maybe two.
You know, the show gets a lot of flack, but I thought it was such a good show. But anyways,
I didn't think it was bad.
it did have Zach Morris or Morris.
This movie, God, this movie is being nominated for a Golden Globe Award for Best Director. She is only the second Black woman to be nominated for this. The first one
Wow.
was Ava DuVernay, DuVernay, who directed Selma, the movie. This movie's one of those movies that was a play, and they.
You know what? I was going to ask that. Well, I wasn't going to ask that. I was going to say if it's not that it very much comes off as one that could be because it's so centered around one room.
Yes, and most play in movies, except for Cats, are usually like this one location, a lot of good conversation and dialogue.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, it would be a fantastic piece on stage. So I'm glad that it is one.
Yeah.
It yeah,
How'd the movie hit for you?
it's good. There's a couple times that got more emotional for me than I expected, but it was good.
Yeah, I looked up stuff as we were watching it after. I looked up stuff because I was like, that'd be crazy if all these four very prominent people knew each other and had conversations like this. And I was like, oh, they did know each other.
These four actual friends,
Maybe.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's nuts. Because I feel like that doesn't really everybody's cool now, especially with social media and stuff. But I feel like that never happens now.
Yeah.
I know Kanye and Jay-Z were friends for a while, but then Kanye got kind of crazy. I've not seen them hang out since.
Yeah, it'd
But
be
these are
interesting to know like if they took any of that information or like any of the conversations from any kind of source.
yeah.
Like
Well, some of that stuff ended up being real things. Like Sam Cooke really was jealous of the Bob Dylan song and wish he had written it. And it made him write the song that he sang at the end. He actually did sing that on Johnny Carson, and he sang it 2 weeks before that actual night in the hotel.
Mm,
So he'd already sung it, so it's a little off. But it was the only time he's ever sang that song live.
it was a good song. It
He
was
died
powerful.
very quickly after that. But
Yeah, the only one I believe I double checked this earlier that's still around is Jim Brown. All the rest of them have passed on. Malcolm, of course, was assassinated. Um, Sam Cooke, I looked into it a little bit, is a real checkered death.
yeah, apparently
He,
there's a lot of conspiracy theories around it too.
yeah, he might have also killed. It was kidnapped someone or something. I'm not even gonna get into it because I don't know enough. But it got wild. And then Muhammad Ali, of course, just of age at his time.
up until the very end, man. As long as he could still speak, that man was still the same. By the way,
Oh, absolutely.
still talking
yeah.
shit, fucking Parkinson's disease and all, fucking shaking around, talking shit.
I'll never forget. I was watching an old. Oh, I say old interview, but old because he's been gone for so long. And he was just in his seat, and his head's just shaking, and his eyes are closed. And the guy who's out with him and his family is like, oh, is he asleep? And they're like, yeah, he does that from time to time. So he's just sitting there, and the guy kind of like comforting him and patting him. And Muhammad Ali goes, whop, like doesn't hit him, but like I got you. I could have got you right there. Like just the best.
Such an arrogant guy, but man, I guess you back it. Like if you can
Yeah.
back it, you can do whatever you want. Talk all the shit you want.
Yeah.
That's how I used to feel about Kobe. Everybody used to hate Kobe because I know now he's dead, so everybody's like, I liked Kobe, but like
Right.
everybody hated Kobe because he just talks shit all the time. But the man put the numbers up every time, and so you can't be mad at him. You just can't.
That's like how I feel about Mayweather. I'm like, yeah, you're mad at me, but I'm 50-0. So if you're gonna put that one in the other column, then shut up.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like they did a good job portraying Muhammad Ali.
Oh, yeah.
I know the
Just the times he like just stopped and was just like, "Wow,
God,
pretty."
just checking himself out, and the rhymes and just everything about him. And he's a big man. That dude was huge.
That's a big guy.
Like the dude that played Jim Brown was big, but that guy was big.
I loved so much that scene. The him looking in the mirror like he did something wrong. God,
oh my God! Like he got a scar.
He constantly talked about how pretty he was and how amazing he was. I mean, that just was him. Fuck.
He's 22. He's already conquered the world. Alexander the Great didn't do it till he was 30.
How did you feel about Jim Brown's random interaction and how it quickly went south? And by that I mean like literally went in the south.
Man,
did you expect that?
No, not at all.
Jim Brown.
It just kind of jabs you with remember the timeline.
It hit, yeah. No, it hit like I was taken back. Like, I'm sitting in the car watching this, and he said that, and I go, "Wait a minute, what?"
Like, you're supposed to be like,
He
you
was-
just said you have my back no matter what.
Yeah. So Jim Brown goes and meets presumably a family friend. I say friend very loosely, and like
Mhm.
is talking to him about how, oh, I heard you wanted to talk to me, so I came over first thing in the morning. He's sitting there drinking lemonade with him, and then he goes, "I can come in and help you move some furniture." And the guy drops the N-word hard and says, "We don't let you rent in the house, you know that." And like just smiled and chuckled it off, and then patted him on the shoulder.
Yeah, I was like, fuck you,
Yeah,
dog.
and just the scene of him looking inside the house, like he's just not ever gonna be allowed inside,
Right.
even though this person admires him so much, supposedly.
And no matter who you are, like, don't get me wrong, you don't get into the Hall of Fame till later in your life, but like,
Yeah.
this man's an icon.
Yeah. That was pretty early in the movie too,
Yeah.
so it was.
I will say,
I was like, oh.
yeah, I know that he left football to act, but I didn't realize it was. I mean, in the movie, kind of might have fluffed it up a little bit, but as abrupt as it was, like, I thought he was later on in his career. He's like, you know what, fuck this.
Yeah,
This is way easier.
The
than
Browns
shit
said
I'm
they're gonna
doing.
find me. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, I'm out.
Yeah,
Bye.
Fuck off.
Yeah, no, okay. Oh man.
I'm impressed that they gave Regina King a movie. Not that she didn't deserve it or show that she could do it, but this movie is about 4 people who, if they don't, could easily all have their own movies.
Yeah.
I know Malcolm and Ali do, but
Yeah.
Jim Brown doesn't, nor does Sam Cooke.
Well, Sam Cooke would. Sam
Well,
Cooke should have his own
I
documentary
say
about
that,
his
I
own
mean,
death.
No major theatrical release that I'm aware
Right.
of, as opposed to Ali and Malcolm X, which are Will Smith and Denzel Washington, respectively.
well, I tried to Google Jim Brown movie, and it's just the movies that he was in.
Yeah, it doesn't really work when he's also an actor.
Let me see. There's one movie I question, and I just okay, no, never mind.
Well, there might be a movie about Sam Cooke called Our Life.
There's a movie about called The Express, and it was another Browns running back, but that's Ernie Davis. That's not Jim Brown. I'm dumb.
I was wrong about Sam Cooke, so there is one. It's called Our Life. It came out in 2017. And it's a documentary about him.
Yeah, but I thought Malcolm, that actor, played him great. The way he talked, because he's got a nice little British accent.
I don't know.
Malcolm X?
The guy who played him.
Oh, does he?
Not Malcolm.
Like,
himself,
I don't think Malcolm X does, but
the actor who played him. I also found out the actor that played Jim Brown was on Sesame Street when he was a child.
Love it.
And was an extra for the Malcolm X movie with Denzel Washington.
Interesting.
As a child.
Yeah, no, I think that I'd be curious, like, how much of it is factual. A lot of like the just tit for tat conversations that they had.
Kemp Powers, again the writer, said that he wrote it in the mindset of having a private conversation in public. Yeah. Like, this is what we would talk about behind closed doors when the rest of the world's not listening. And which, to me, they all fly and check out. You need to have this bigger purpose. You need to be pushing us forward. We're in a struggle right now, fighting for our lives, and you're making these fucking fluff piece songs, which I agree. There's a good amount of Sam Cooke songs that are like the Cupid song. The man could sing, but it's like, yeah, I love you, you love me.
Yeah, but I like how he came back with like, I'm making, like, he's like an entrepreneur.
Right. But look at those white boys that got out on concert making money.
Making my money for me, yeah.
So it's just different perspectives of how these 4 men did so much to change a lot, or was trying.
Right.
Yeah, Cassius Clay's conversion to Muslim faith was interesting. That's one, I think that's the one that I would be most curious how close to that is.
Yeah, I have
And know
no
that
idea
Malcolm
about
X was going to leave the Nation of Islam and was hoping that Muhammad would not only convert to Muslim faith, but then would also then leave the Nation of Islam.
I
Right.
looked a little, not a lot of it up, but I looked a little bit of it up because I realized I don't know a lot about Malcolm X either. Like I've
Mhm.
never seen the movie or anything. I don't know a lot about him.
Denzel does an
But I
amazing
looked a little
job.
bit up, and Malcolm X was. I don't think Muhammad Ali knew about Malcolm X leaving the Islam Nation until later, after he already announced his change. And then after Malcolm X announced it, their relationship got very rocky, and Muhammad Ali wasn't happy with his
I can see
decision.
that. You're the one
Yeah.
that talked me into this.
Yeah.
And Malcolm X was he was trying to get Muhammad Ali to go with him.
To be fair, I mean, he was going to get assassinated, so he's probably trying to get some ducks in a row before, he knew
Yeah,
what was
I think
coming.
there was something that said that Malcolm X knew that what he was doing was going to be the cause of his assassination or
Usually that
his
goes.
death.
I enjoyed one of the door guys when they're like, "Did you regret it?" He goes, "The only thing I regret is that had I joined earlier, we could have beat up my bullies." He goes, "You could have just joined the gang."
Yeah.
What's different?
I also like I can't remember his name, the stern older black guy. Like, he's in a lot of things
That was Kareem.
Cream, yeah.
randomly.
He's in Fringe, and I really liked him in that.
You and friends.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to
I
tell
hope our
you.
listeners are like, oh, right. Fucking friends.
I don't know what to tell you, man. He's in Fringe. He's really good, okay?
I need the one.
Fringe, like the TV show?
Yeah.
I need the person who's on Fringe with Michael to leave a comment down below so that you guys can talk about it.
I've watched Fringe. I liked it.
It was good.
But like, Michael's like
I own the DVD. I think I finally got rid of them because I bought them at a Blockbuster when Blockbuster was going out of business. I think I got each one for like 50 cents.
I watched Fringe much later in life.
Yeah, I watched it as it was coming out.
Okay, so more Regina King information.
Yeah.
2019, she was she was voted one of the 100 most influential people in the world. And so I'm looking this up, and on that website it says who you are and who you were nominated, I guess, by. And she was nominated by Viola Davis. And Viola Davis is also another huge icon in the business. And I'm like, if you got that woman backing you, you've got a pretty good go at it.
Yeah.
She has 4 acting primetime Emmy Awards, which is the most for any African American performer. And she has a slew of awards. Like I can get into it, but it's a lot. So many. Most of them, a lot of them, are for If Beale Street Could Talk, which she plays.
I'm unfamiliar with that movie.
I've seen that one. She's again the mother of a child who is arrested for a crime he didn't commit, and she is working with the mother of her grandchild and herself and the father and everyone that she can to try to find all the information to get him released.
Oh.
But she won Best Supporting Actress in, let's see, National Society of Film Critics, New York Film Critics Circle, San Francisco Film Critics Circle, Independent Spirit Awards, Critics' Choice Movie Awards, Academy Awards, Golden Globe Awards in 2019, all that year. National Board of Review for Best Supporting Actress, same movie. Toronto Film Critics Association, Washington, D.C. Film area critics, film critics, satellite awards. So everyone really gave that movie its props. She was just bringing in awards at that time. She also won Best Supporting Actress for Ray. Um,
That was a really good movie too.
yeah, she won awards for American Crime, which she was in, Southland, which she was in, 7 Seconds.
I feel like
She
I saw
won.
Southland at one point. It's a cop show.
Yes.
Okay, I'm pretty sure at one point I watched that one.
Outstanding lead actress in a limited series or television movie with 7 Seconds. She won that award. Yeah, she killed it a lot, repeatedly. But I just wanted to talk about her because she's again is one of those people who is everywhere, and you don't really notice it until someone points it out.
Well,
Like
I
Phil
mean,
Lamar.
she did like don't get me wrong. The subject was a pretty great subject for that movie, but she did an amazing job in directing it too. I mean that movie was really well put together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean the responsibility to say I have these four men's legacy
Right.
to tell.
Yeah. No, amazing job as far as the director. I'm curious to see what more she'll end up doing.
And if she wins for this movie, which I don't know what the rules are now because this one went directly to Amazon Prime as opposed to like hitting theaters like it might have had
That
COVID not been
sucks.
going on.
Yeah, no kidding.
But she'll be the first black woman to win it.
That's amazing.
Second black woman nominated, yeah. Impressive stuff.
It's kind of sad though that she is the first, and it's what year are we now?
2021.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Has to start
She's-
somewhere.
She's just blowing in the wind, man, and breaking the barriers she can. I was watching an interview and she was talking about the people that inspire her, and she was talking about this 6-year-old girl, the 6 or 9-year-old girl who, saw something wrong and decided to be changed.
Do what you can, and like Stephanie said, I guess you got to start somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
With the platforms you got.
Yeah.
She went from playing a child on a sitcom in like the 80s to where she is now.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Mhm.
Fucking Craig's sister.
Fucking. Now that I think about it, like, yeah, that I can envision it, but I don't know why. Like looking at her in Watchmen, I like could not place her anywhere. But then I even pulled her up on my phone. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, this makes sense.
You're done watching Watchmen, right?
Yeah.
There's so many times because I knew that she voiced the Boondocks. There's so many times when she's talking, I can hear the raspy Riley voice.
I'm kind of glad I didn't know she did that because it would have kind of probably done the same thing for me.
It makes me fall every time.
Yeah, that's fair. Cleve's seen my neighbor that reminds me of Uncle Remus, so. Anyways, also real quick, because I saw her in something else recently. I know you said Viola Davis, and I just want to point out some other one I feel like is slept on a lot is Octavia Spencer.
Yes,
she's in that Snowpiercer movie I watched, and she's so good, man. I fucking love her.
What movie?
Snowpiercer.
Yeah, she's in a lot too.
Yeah.
She's in a lot too as a supporting actress, and then she gets like the lead roles in that movie like Ma, and I'm like, I'm not gonna watch this movie, but I still support you.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna watch this movie.
I've never seen the movie Help, but I've seen that scene a million times where she serves somebody shit and a pie. So
such a good movie.
I love that.
It's hilarious. Anyway.
Anyways, let us know what you guys if you guys have seen anything by Regina and what you liked her in.
It's hard to not have at least one of the things that I listed.
That's fair. Let us know if there's any topics you guys would like to hear us talk about. You guys can always let us know down below in the comments. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. We come out with episodes every week. If you need or if you have any suggestions or just want to reach out to us, you can always reach out via our social media links. What are those, Cleve?
We have a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. They're all Friendship Supreme, except Twitter has no I's in the word friendship. All I's typically make it to the YouTube channel. When you go to YouTube, you just search Friendship Supreme, and we are the first thing that pops up. We also have a Patreon, which is patreon.com/Friendship Supreme. And you can always find Michael and I on Twitch every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 10 p.m. Central Time at twitch.tv/Friendship Supreme.
Yeah, I've been Michael.
This is Cleve.
This is Stephanie.